Back in your life, like your significant other's best friend accidentally locking someone who might be mentally handicapped in a closet for a bunch of hours. This is the Real Ignorance Podcast on the For Frequency Sake Podcast Network. We're about to get uncomfortable today, folks. We are here. As always, I am joined by my two trusty co-steeds. I need to think of a cool intro that, like, I'm your director with our producer and cinematographer or something. I don't know. Let's get very hip, artsy fartsy about it. I'm Joe Winkle. I'm joined by my good friends Ethan and Blake. Hello, boys.
What's
Hello.
up?
How goes it?
It's
Uh,
going.
I'm just coming down from my movie high.
yes, we are. Yes, we are. We have an incredible video in store for you. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. By the way, if you don't know which one's which, Ethan is the one without a is the one without a light, and Blake is the one without a camera. So three's a crowd or whatever. Uh, First off, like the video, please. We really appreciate it. Take 2 seconds out of your day while you're giving us a watch or a listen to hit that like button on whatever platform you are listening on or watching on. We really do appreciate it. If you're on our YouTube page, please hit the subscribe button as well. We have so much great content from all of our podcasts that we do, whether it's this one, we have the gambling shows, our sports centric ones, football. We're doing some next Thursday is our live draft show at Kavanaugh's. Cannot wait. Gosh, I think this is going to be like our sixth one maybe that we've done. So we've got tons of guests already confirmed. Some coaches from around the area, just a bunch of great people that are going to be joining us. So it should be a fantastic time. Come hang out with us for that or tune in. We've got a lot of great stuff coming. And of course, this podcast is we're on a roll right now. This is what three episodes in the last 4 weeks. We're cooking, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is already the 5th episode of the show. We have our first ever double feature, which we'll talk about here in a moment. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors, Ryan Allison Tattoo and Durham Remodeling. Okay, with all that being said, it's our first double feature, double Jeopardy daily double, however you want to put it. It is Robert Pattinson Day in the Real Ignorance household because we are going to be talking about Mickey 17, which is a film that came out last year, as well as the one that just recently dropped that Blake and I saw today. Ethan saw over the weekend. We are talking about the drama. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of crazy things to discuss. Gentlemen,
The drama's gonna get dramified.
yeah, we're about to have some drama. Here in the first half of this show. How are the vibes? How's everyone doing? How excited are we to discuss this Robert Pattinson double dip here today?
Vibes are immaculate, of course. I always love double dipping, even though I've double dipped with a half spoonful of ice cream, not a full spoon of ice cream.
Hold
I got
on,
like
time out.
I got
Wait,
I got
what?
I honestly,
I
I
got
didn't
like
know how you were gonna land that one.
Ethan, he didn't land it. He did not land the
no, I
plane.
did.
didn't land it, you're
I
right.
have
He's
right now,
circling
like
the airwaves with
right
a
now, I have a
landing gear.
waffle cone and I have a scoop of ice cream and then a half a scoop of ice cream right now. I don't have 2 full scoops. Hey, cut me out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Sorry.
No, that's staying in.
DJ, cut it out.
Edit it. Edit it.
Oh, that was amazing. Well, Ethan, how is your dipping days going?
I'm all right. I mean, I've had a migraine all day, so not the best feeling, but I'm good.
Welcome to America. We're out here. We've got so many great things we're going to go through. So this is going to be a different format. We're going to do multiple movies in one show. We came into this thinking, we're going to do like about a third of the show on the drama and the rest on Mickey 17, which we've all bon voyaged through. And Blake, until today, when Blake and I actually went and saw the drama, we're recording this on Tuesday night. This probably will be dropped on Friday. And yeah, so the fact I don't y'all probably weren't watching the game, by the way, but a little sports reference here in our pop culture show. To go through the drama and then watch the end of the Hornets Heat playing game in about a 3 hour stretch of life, not great for the heart. Good for the heart in the ways, but also not great for the heart. So I just want everyone to know where my emotions are right now. Glad that the Hornets won in the playoffs. Anywho, yes, we're going to talk about the drama and then we're going to talk about Mickey 17. Let's just start with an open discussion about our boy, the man himself, from vampire turned superhero turned cheesy, harassing, adjacent, museum running husband, Robert Pattinson. He is the man of the hour or hour and a half today. Ethan, Blake, let's just start talking about him. Let's discuss him and the two movies that we have all watched that he was basically center stage for, and the journey of this man. Uh, I'll open the floor to Blake, then we can go to Ethan. Let's just open with the discussion about our boy, Mr. Pattinson.
He is killing it right now. He really is. He really is. I mean, between the drama, uh, obviously Mickey 17 last year, Batman the year before that, and then I mean he's even in Dune 3 this year. He's on a roll, which is kind of crazy considering Twilight was so long ago. It's kind of like he didn't progress right after Twilight, but later in the years he got progressively more roles, and he's just been so great at all of them. I literally can't think of a bad movie he's been in. Sorry, I like the
He
Twilights.
he's come so far. Not that like obviously not that like the Twilight movies are bad or awful. They're not
No, but
my
like
cup of
usually
tea
like a
by any
big series
means.
like that, like right after a big series, that's when his roles start, increasing and increasing. But like after Twilight, he was gone for a while and then really showed back up. And then, he became Robert Pattinson and then Mickey 17. Now he's going to be in the Dune
Hey,
trilogy.
don't forget where he actually got his start, dude.
It,
Harry Potter.
he
That's
was
true.
in the
Harry Potter,
Goblet of
Goblet of
Fire.
Fire. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let's
Cedric
just go
Diggory.
through. So Ethan, an '05, Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. He's in the Haunted Airman, Bad Mother's Handbook. These are just kind of run of the mill movies. Uh, couple more of them, and then he's in Twilight in '08, The Summer House in '09, the second Twilight in '09, Remember Me, then the third Twilight, Love and Distrust, Water for Elephants. He kind of then the final Twilight, or then I guess what was Breaking Dawn the final one. Then yes, so he kind of became cornered in a sense in this like romantic comedy slash like like heartthrob type of actor. And the thing that I love the most is uh you start getting through his his Rolodex, and it's his stuff is starting to expand.
Yeah.
And like just look at these last few years. You have from 2020 on, you've got Tenet, Devil at All Time, Batman, Mickey 17, Die My Love, and the drama. And he can still do the romantic comedy type thing, the heartthrob in a sense. But this dude's range, man, it's something spectacular. And I never would have thought that when we got forced to watch those dumbass movies in high school as a freshman, at least me, you guys are a few years younger than me, but we had to watch Twilight. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that Edward from Twilight would be this super duper star 18 years later.
Yeah. No, I mean, not at
Honestly,
all.
I would have thought it would have been Jacob. Thought it would have
Yeah.
been Taylor
Talk about like
Lautner.
the
That would have been a bigger
heartthrob,
star.
good looking guy, ripped, fucking Team Edward, Team Jacob. I mean, I thought it was going to be him, but clearly not.
There you go. Go ahead, E. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying I thought it would be Taylor Lautner that would blow up over Robert Pattinson, but I mean, Robert's done so many things, and he's even in two of the biggest movies yet to come this year. Still, like
Yeah.
Blake was saying, he's in Dune Part 3 and he's in The Odyssey. Like
Yep.
he's booking bigger and bigger roles, like, and he's becoming one of the like better actors in our generation, and it's cool to see. Like he's a really good actor. He's got range. Like even in Mickey
Yes,
17, he plays two different people, two different personalities.
yes. The range is the thing that's so immaculate.
Actually, he only plays one. That's a face scan and somebody else.
Yeah, but
But
he's
yes,
acting.
he's
He's
acting for
still,
one person. The other person is just a face scan. It's a deep AI scan. That's all it is.
You don't think that's him actually acting though? Then his facial expressions. What are you talking about?
I guess that part I don't know.
like I think it's somebody else's body, but it's his face and his
His
words and
acting.
everything
Yes,
else. Yeah.
that's how they did. I think I'm sure. If I had to guess, that's what they did with Sinners too, with Michael B. Jordan. 2025, the year for one guy playing two people. We'll talk about Mickey 17 eventually. We'll talk about the drama as well. But you all another movie that's coming up not next year, but the year after, or not this year, but the year next year. The Batman Part Two, uh, which is gonna be immaculate. Cannot wait. Like the range that he can do all these different things, and now he is the best Batman since Christian Bale. I thought the Batman that came out I thought the movie The Batman in 2022 was spectacular. I thought it was the second best Batman movie in general behind The Dark Knight. I thought it was better than anything else. I loved it. I thought his portrayal of the character as well was great. Um, and it just shows so many things. I don't know how big his role will be in Dune and the Odyssey. He's obviously kind of more of a background character, I would assume,
Yeah.
all things considered. But
In
in gen,
Odyssey, he is. In Dune, he's a bigger character.
okay, in general though, it's what this dude has is so elite, and on the acting scale, I just adore watching him perform and seeing both of these movies literally in the last 24 hours for the first time. It's the range, it's so many different things. His, it's just the pure acting. It's his facial expressions, his body movements, the things he does, his emotions, his the way he uses his voice, like the Mickey 17, like the Mickey accent
Yeah.
or like the way he talks, kind of like nerdy. And even in Mickey 17, the other guy, like the 18th version, which randomly comes out and is like pompous Superman. Honestly, the Mickey 18 comes out like playing Batman,
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
playing his
Yep.
Batman character, which is kind of hilarious. Uh, it's just it's electric. He's incredible. I really think he is made to be uh, a true A-lister,
Yeah.
and he's going to be doing this for a long time.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like he has proven that he is truly a talented actor over the last like several years. Like he got people were like, oh, he's got that niche of just Twilight, and now like he's shown that he's something bigger and better than that. Like, and the Twilight's a very successful franchise in of itself, but it's a very teen rom
Mhm.
com like oriented thing where now it's like, all right, now I'm actually a serious actor.
Exactly. He has to swing a completely different in a completely different range. Blake.
Yeah, I think honestly, this kind of run for him kind of really started with I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but The Lighthouse with William Dafoe. The acting scale on that is just wild. You know, film being all black and white, really not even a lot of like. There's obviously dialogue in it, but it's a lot of just like non-dialogue in black and white, and his range, his facial expressions. I mean, I didn't even see, haven't seen, I didn't see it until recently, and I was just like, dude, that is like the range in this movie itself is crazy. And then
Mhm.
gets Batman 2 years later, now in Dune, now in the Odyssey, like two of the three biggest movies of the probably of the year. Like it just progressively keeps getting better and better. And then he got arguably one of those popular superheroes role, and he killed it.
obviously. He just keeps every year better and better and better stuff's coming out. He's getting better. His roles are getting better. Like it's just crazy. The freaking Edward from Twilight.
It's crazy. I still remember, I swear, when they announced they were doing the Batman like reboot. And people said it was Pattinson. Who adores Batman. I don't know if I consider him my favorite superhero, but the Dark Knight trilogy I think is one of the best trilogies ever made, and I think the Dark Knight personally is the greatest. It's one of the greatest movies ever made in general, and it's my favorite movie of all time. One of the two, and when they said Pattinson was going to be Batman, I was like, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
don't know if I can get
Exact
there.
reaction.
I didn't like it either. Like right off the bat, I was like, I don't know if
I
he's the guy for it.
and I thought he blew it away. He played like the version of Batman that they were trying to portray was at that stage was perfect.
I don't
And I
think it's the
thought his
best
Bruce
Batman
Wayne
movie,
was good.
but his portrayal I think is the best Batman we've had. Like I don't think it's the best movie, but like his Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same movie, like that's the first time we've ever got Batman as a true detective, and that's what
Mhm.
Batman is, and he
Well,
killed that shit.
that's also based off of the comic books that they're actually trying to base these movies off of compared to like the Bale ones and like all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. But that's
absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what they do with him in 2027 with the Batman Part 2. I'm expecting he'll be older, he'll be a little more mature, and like the Bruce Wayne character won't be as like dark and secluded. Like that's the only thing that I think needs to pick up is his Bruce Wayne character becoming more of that outlandish playboy, and I really think he can nail it. I think that there is a cocky like, look at me with my chest out, I'm the hottest dude in the gym, you know, everyone wants me type shit. He's got that in his bag, but he's also got like secluded emo. I dress up as a bat at night and beat the shit out of people. And then he's also got in these movies very quirky, and then also like odd, anxious person who is very insecure in certain things and caring and all of these other aspects. It's just he's got tools in the tool shed, Blake. That's what he's got.
Well, absolutely he does, and he is showing all the tools.
We're going to talk about the drama first. Do we want to have a moment for our girl before we start the talking about this movie? It's
for
been a heck of
Zendaya.
a yes.
I mean, we probably should. I mean, we just gave Pattinson his flowers. I mean,
Sure, but we're obviously talking about two Pattinson centric movies. Now, granted, Mickey
that's true.
17 is way more centric Pattinson than. By the way, Blake, we're now five. Since this is technically the sixth. After this will be six movies we've done. We are now 4 for 6 on monologue driven
I
movies.
know. I thought it was hilarious.
Uh,
As soon as it opened up, I was just like, "This is too funny." Like it's not even on purpose. It's just the relaying theme, and it's quite hilarious.
it is
So and
funny,
it's so unintentional.
and I don't mind it. You
I
know,
don't
it's
either.
just
It's just
funny.
funny.
It's just funny that this is where we're at. Anywho, so Zendaya is let's just put it blatantly. Let's just put it very that blunt, honest truth. She's a fucking superstar. Like Supermax
Duh.
contract,
Yeah.
ace. This woman is a true all timer, and what she's been doing in all of her movie roles, in her television show. I mean, listen, I watched. I'm I'm not ashamed to say it, but I am a Euphoria watcher. Season 2 is rough. Let's just put it out there. Not the greatest thing in television history, and boy oh boy is the first episode of season 3 a roller coaster. And yes, the first 5 minutes of it might involve her swallowing a bunch of drugs to be a drug mule. Just saying, spoilers, whoopsie. Uh, but I'll tell you what, man, this chick's got it in a billion different ways. And I don't know if I'm a Zendaya season ticket holder, but I guess just seeing her more and more, it, like any doubts I ever had, which I don't think I did, but there was probably times. Ethan will start you, then we'll go to Blake. Like there were probably times, like especially during the early stages of the Spider-Man stuff, where it was like her, like what's the big deal? But eventually, I was like, oh, I get it, and it works obviously with her and Tom, and it works with her and Pattinson in this. But her just in general, like I get it, I get it,
Yeah. She
I get why people feel it, and I get why because I feel it too.
she does like a great job of like chemistry with the other actors. Like you can tell like she can just like get along with almost anybody. Like and it maybe it's just acting, but like from everything it seems in Hollywood, like everybody adores her. Like it seems like she has like the ability to just get on screen and like work with anybody, and that translates to like all of the movies that she's in. Like her and Tom met on set and now they're married. Like her and Timothy Chalamet did a movie together and now they're like best friends. Her and Robert Pattinson are really close. Like she has the ability to go on stage, like go onto the screen and then like turn that into like actual friendships, it seems like, and that's just like really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy watching her for the first time on Casey Undercover, Shake It Up on like Disney Channel, and you're
Yeah.
just like, okay, like, and even on those shows, she was just so high in energy in all the shows. And then seeing her in her first movie with Spider-Man, and then seeing her in Dune Part 1 and Part 2, and now in the Spider-Man trilogy under their fourth movie, now starting to this, and then Euphoria Season 1, Season 2. I mean, everything that she's in, she is just absolutely killing it. And I think her range itself, like, I mean, she plays, I haven't watched it, but like from what I've heard, she plays like this drug addict person in Euphoria.
Yes,
And just like going from there to, I don't know if you guys have seen Challengers, also a good movie. She's crazy, she's doing all the acting, like sprinting back and forth on the court while screaming, while getting injured. And then she's Spider-Man, a character who's at the beginning is quiet, doesn't really talk to anybody, to then Dune, where she's married, or not married yet. Well, she's actually not married in general, but the girlfriend of the most powerful man in the Dune universe. It's just the range on her, as well as Robert Pattinson, is just absolutely crazy, man.
the next so I, we are clearly in like for example, uh, Ethan Blake, if we were to say Apex Mountain for Zendaya, I would say no because this is not what her apex will be. This is her launching pad. Because the next step, Ethan, I think for her clearly is more like A tier, like top of the marquee type stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
her stuff right now is she's in Dune with Chalamet. She's in this with Pattinson. He is in Spider-Man with Tom. She's going to be in the Odyssey uh, as one of the like 57 B tier stars, which calling her a B tier star just shows how loaded the Odyssey is. I found out today, by the way, when we were watching the trailer, that Anne Hathaway's in that movie.
Hey,
Yep.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I didn't know that
She
until
plays
just now.
Odysseus's wife.
Wife,
Yep.
yeah, just good lord, cannot wait. Going to be immaculate. I'm ready for the ride of a lifetime, and to be in the movie theater for 12 hours. But so like the next thing I would say is like her marquee, like driving the film by herself, a film like a movie, because
Yeah.
she's the biggest star in Euphoria, and that is her shit. She literally narrates the fucking show,
Yeah.
and she is the most important character. And she's amazing. But for her next step will be film to be the marquee by herself. So that's why I wouldn't say like this is her launch pad. This is not her apex yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your guys'
Yeah,
thoughts on that?
100%.
I think
Uh,
in Challengers is her first time
That's
being like
Yes.
the main focal
Yeah.
point. And that movie I love that movie. That movie is great. But like you said, that's also not like
Like, I want a movie where it's Zendaya and somebody else. Like, it's Zendaya's movie, but it's not like, it's Zendaya with Robert. It needs to be Zendaya with
well,
somebody else. Like,
I think the drama was honestly probably supposed to be more of her movie.
I do
And then
think it's. Go ahead. Sorry.
it's a
Go ahead.
pretty 50-50 down the middle. Like they do a good job of showing both of their points of view and like their sides of like both of them spiraling. But I think like for this one it was kind of like, hey, this is like her, and then like it turned into like more of like him and his spiral and downhill, like, but I think it was supposed to be like 50-50 for both of them. And I
I
think we're
think
just
that's
taking away
fair.
the Robertson patent or the Pattinson part more than hers.
I personally think Pattinson is more of a focus, but it's not by too much. It's enough, but it's not
Yeah.
crazy. Um. Okay. Let's get into the drama. Unless Blake, did you have anything else you wanted to add just on Zendaya or
nope.
Pattinson
I
by
mean, I
themselves?
agree. I think like I'm in agree with both of you. Like it was supposed to be 50-50, but I think it was a little more highlighted on Robert. But like that's what's great about actors like her. Like I don't want to say this like to disrespect her because I think she's a great actor. Like she kind of like knows her role. Like she doesn't have to accept any of these movies, but she does it because she knows how great
Oh,
she
of
is
course.
at being like a supporting character. But she can also clearly handle her own film, obviously. But like I think she knows like I'm going to be in the Odyssey. It's going to be the biggest movie of the year, and why would I not be in it? Dune. I'm going to be a side-ish character, but I'm a main focal point to the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's only fucking 29.
Yeah.
So it's still, like there's nothing.
Hot take. I think she's a better actor than Tom Holland.
A better actor than Tom Holland.
Yes. Her filmology compared to Tom's is night and day, man. Outside Spider-Man.
But I think that's tough because Tom doesn't take a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Like that's also because he's spending a lot of time in Spider-Man. I get it.
Yeah, but he also I think like Tom growing up in that was more, hey, I want to do theater and I want to do all that kind of stuff. Like, and then he got brought on to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, I absolutely.
Yeah, it's not a shot at Tom, but it's more of a recognition of how good Zendaya is.
Yeah, I'm like he's in the Odyssey now too. Like they're both really talented actors. Like I agree. Like Zendaya probably is like a step above just based off of like her filmography and that, like you said, Blake. But like it's hard to discount Tom Holland.
Yeah, bro. Tom Holland was dude from Uncharted. Come on now.
Yeah. That movie was not great, but
nope, no, not at all.
Shout out to the video. Great idea.
It's a great idea. I'm so glad Ethan agrees. Thank you.
Shout out to the video games, though.
Absolutely, least. I keep making video game movies and shows.
But yeah, like I don't think it was a knock on Tom Holland. I think it was more of a praise for Zendaya, considering she is literally the main character on one of the most popular prestige television shows of all time? Question mark.
Yes and no. I semi agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, at least one of the more what's the word I'm looking for? It's one of the most polarizing shows ever. All right, let's talk about the drama.
We want to start by saying major spoilers, or
yeah, major spoilers here. By the way, the movie's now been out at least a couple weeks,
2 weeks,
2 weeks. Yeah, we talked about movies sooner. We turned around and did like How to Make a Killing on 4 days. We did Project Hail Mary on like a week, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Blake and I went and saw it before it even came out.
True.
Technically. So
not technically, we did.
Yeah, no, I mean,
just wait till we see Odyssey a week early.
Yeah, but can we really afford to go see the Odyssey on a Monday?
Oh, you may not. I'll be there. You
Comes
fucking
out in the
kidding me?
summer. I mean, I don't have to work. I don't know about you,
Yeah, I
but
don't have to work.
Ain't no fucking. If I get
Mhm.
early access tickets to that, we are. I mean, I'm going. I mean, I'm not.
That's what in July, right? Yeah, because it's July. That and Spider Man are. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay. So the the drama, Norwegian director Christopher Borgili is the director. A few other movies that he has done that are known to the film nerd world that have had some that have the same type of flavor as this in a way. These have come out in the last couple of years. Sick of Myself and Dream Scenario. Both were horror comedies. Dream Scenario had Nicolas Cage in it. This is, like we said, kind of more of a romantic dark comedy. Um, her and Pattinson and Zendaya are like by miles the biggest two stars in this
yeah,
movie. It's another one of those lovely A24 movies which they just continue to put out bombs after, like, in a good way. They just keep dropping big ones. uh let's open things up in this way because this is going to be a little bit different than our normal discussion. I think we'll shoehorn maybe some categories. Maybe we'll pick some up on the fly here, if we want to, if we can. I think we're professionals at this point. Let's just start in general. This movie's clearly divisive. It's going to be set to be divisive, I believe. I think that's the point. I think the point of this movie is to have people feel different ways about it. I think all three of us feel different ways about this. I know Ethan really didn't like it, and we're going to discuss that, and that's fine. I know Lake and I enjoyed it, and we probably even still in our enjoyment of it have different feelings of why we enjoyed it and what we enjoyed about it. So, Ethan, I want to start with you, and let's just start with your expectations going into it, your viewing experience, and where you're at this moment as we discuss this movie. Like, what's the first thing you want to talk
I mean,
about?
I really didn't have many expectations going into the movie. I knew it was two really talented actors. Heard like a brief. I read like the movie description and all that kind of stuff, but then yeah, I don't know. I just didn't have that high of expectations going in. So like I was like, maybe it'll blow me away, maybe it won't. Like, and then I got in there, and I don't know. It's a weird movie. The acting in it is incredible. Like Zendaya and Robert Pattinson do an amazing job. Like they portray their characters to a T. Like they're perfect at their. I just some of it, like, I don't want to say I didn't understand it because I did, but like it was just a weird movie to me, and I just didn't really enjoy it too much.
Here's my first thought here is this movie, and Blake will kind of bounce back, and we can all, I mean, by any means, will anybody jump in at any time. This movie to me is very awkward and very cringe, and I think it's that in a good way, as like in a bad way. I think the movie is meant to make you be in awe of certain things that the people in this film do, the certain decisions that they make, the certain reactions they have to life happening around them. And I applaud that type of risk. It's a sight to behold to like just be in the room while all of these normal feelings are happening in certain situations. Like, for instance, the beginning of the movie when Pattinson's character Charles goes up to introduce himself to Zendaya's character Emma, and he's like trying to find a way to give her a pickup line because he thinks she's a lovely looking woman and he's a lonely man or whatever, and he has to fake the awkwardness of like, no, like, hey, that book is cool. And we're three men up here. I know Blake. You can't tell that Blake's a man, but I promise he is. I swear. He's the father of a child. Father of one, right? Hashtag.
Hashtag one.
Um, the like we've all slightly lied to pick up or we've our significant other or fibbed in a way like, hey,
But
I think that's great, let's go on a date and talk about it. Well, I fake it until I make it. Like,
but it
I
gets even
appreciate.
weirder. It's even weirder.
Yes,
It's even creepier than that because she walked away from her book and he
yes,
literally
I
went up
know.
and took a picture of it and then was like looking it up and then still didn't even figure out the plot of the book. What? Like what are we doing?
This We don't even have to do categories because the next 20 minutes is just going to be Ethan picking nits, and that's
Like
fine.
what?
Uh,
What are we doing? Like
um,
you're gonna go and be a creep and like try to figure out a conversation starter and then not even bother to do the actual research in order to like be able to answer the basic questions about the book
yeah, but at least he was upfront about it, right? And he let
after he
his.
lied for for however long.
They said that it was the first date that they went on where he was like, "Yeah, I didn't actually read the book,"
Yeah.
and she was just like, "You're just a little freaky guy." He's like, "Oh yeah," and then they go to his museum or whatever, and that was a bit weird and unfortunate. But hey, listen, I'm just saying, I appreciate the awkwardness. I appreciate the normal looking. Like, I appreciate a movie trying to encapsulate two normal people trying to be attracted to each other. Blake, that was me, at least in this early stage. Correct? Do you feel the
Yeah.
same way?
Yeah. No, I mean, I was intrigued by the movie when I found out what the plot of it was. I was kind of like, how are they going to stick this landing? Because like some movies, like I'm not saying every movie has the same theme, but there's some movies that have like common themes and common plots, but they direct it and write it in different ways. Like I've just never seen a movie with this sort of plot. So I was just trying. Honestly, I was just trying to see how they were going to stick the landing on it, and God, this movie was a trip, man. It really was. Like I literally felt like I was on hallucinogens the whole time. Like I just didn't know. Like moments had me in awe, moments had me laughing because I was so uncomfortable. Like me and Joel looking at each other, like strap in. Like this movie got so many different emotions out of me. Like, and honestly, I like movies like that. Like, if you asked me what to rate it right now, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I have no idea. Like, I need like a day to sit on it because that's how much of a trip that this movie gives you. Just the different I will say there are a lot of plot holes. There really are. Like genuinely, there are a lot of plot holes in this movie. But I think it's okay because of how cringy, how uncomfortable, how weird things were. I don't know. It kind of gave me. I don't know. I kind of like the vibe of it.
But like the thing is like even with that cringy and uncomfortable vibe, I feel like they completely ignored what they were actually trying to do with the movie. Because
Go on.
can we all be honest? Like the whole entire point is gun control, like and commentary on guns. That's literally the whole entire point of the movie. Like it
I
is.
think that's the
That's the
underlying meaning, maybe.
overarching theme of the movie.
I
Give or
don't
take, yeah.
personally think so, but
No, that's not. Joe, how can you deny that? They accuse her of being a school shooter, even though she didn't shoot anybody. The lady blows
I mean,
up
they
on
didn't
her
accuse
because
her.
her
She said she
cousin
was
was shot in a gun violence, shot in gun violence. So she doesn't like her because she thought about committing a school shooting. Uh, Pattinson brings up her dad at the wedding, having guns in the house openly and freely. Like she ends up being completely anti-gun, and then that still gets brought up against her. Like it just, and then they completely abandon it at the end, and it just makes no sense.
I think that this movie is more. I mean, yeah, that is a good point, which I never even thought of. I think this is a social commentary on a bunch of different things because it's it is the perfect Coach Finstock life advice movie, like tabloid, because
hell yeah.
there's a lot of different things, and one of the main things being like you know the juxtaposition of how certain people feel about the things they either did or didn't do. Again, this is massive spoilers, people. We are going to deep dive into all of this. The one of the biggest things is okay. So their friend's character, who is played by Elena
Mhm.
Haim. Her name is Rachel. She, uh, they're going. Okay, so the big first opening act portion of the movie is this scene where they're at their tasting for their wedding, and they're going around telling everybody in the group it's two couples, and it's the bride and groom and their maid of honor and best man, and they're going around saying what's the worst thing you've ever done, and they all say their thing, and like one's kind of harmless, one's like they go in order and stuff.
One's kind of harmless. The guy's is not harmless. He literally held a girl in front of a dog attack. like, like that's not
Well,
harmless.
no,
He
I was
literally let a
kidding.
girl get mauled by a dog.
They didn't. Okay, at least I didn't think they actually said how bad she got mauled by the dog, but maybe, I guess they did say she got bit.
He
So
was
that is
biting
pretty
the
bad.
hell out of the leg, and she human shielded her.
So yeah, all three of the things in front, especially the like Pattinson, which we'll talk about what Pattinson said.
He copped
I
out.
feel he, in my opinion, makes up that he cyberbullied somebody,
Yes,
which
100%.
we'll circle back to. And the other couple, the guy says he was on a date and he basically used the woman as a human shield while they got attacked by a dog. And the other woman, Rachel, her character, apparently when they were younger, locked her cousin or something like that,
No,
or
a
somebody
neighbor.
she knew,
A
a
neighbor.
neighbor who's mentally disabled in a closet for hours or something.
In an RV in the woods that was covered with beer cans and porn that they thought was abandoned. And she
Mm,
locked him in the closet in the woods and then left
yeah,
him for a day without telling, lied to his dad about where he was, did all that kind of stuff. And then
which
like it,
which
I
is
don't know.
very not good. Which is very not good. And then Zendaya's character, she says, I may have obviously, you know, I almost did a mass shooting, which, yes and no. Um, Clearly, she obviously was, they play it out, and she clearly was obviously
Was
like
planning it.
planning it. Just the odds of a 10 or 11-year-old girl or whatever
She was
walking around
15.
with
Yeah,
15, a
15.
15-year-old girl walking around toting a PAR looking rifle that looked like it weighed as much as she did. It turns out her shooting the gun is why she was deaf in one ear, and it goes through a lot of different things. So like I get the social commentary being like, no one talks about this awful thing that Rachel did and has no regrets for, but
Yeah, because
Zendaya's
then Rachel
character,
because then Rachel blows up at her and says, "You seriously did that? My cousin was shot."
mhm,
Like that has anything to do with what she just said. Like it has
exactly.
zero things to do with what she just said. She's not the one that shot her cousin. Like
Uh-huh.
what?
And the social commentary piece basically being like, how you judge certain people for their actions and like what they actually did versus didn't do, and it's almost like someone's being punished for their thoughts and what they, then even though it's more heinous in a way than things that they actually did. And it's just interesting to see how like Zendaya is expecting these people to say like she's a psychopath, and why doesn't she, and like Pattinson's character throughout the entire film kind of from there dissolves, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Like there's a moment where he tries. I like you think there's a breakthrough when Rachel calls and says she doesn't want to be the maid of honor anymore, and then he's there talking to her and her boyfriend or husband,
Husband.
her
Husband.
husband's character. Um, and Pattinson's like defending Zendaya, but then all of a sudden he kind of has a breakdown, which leads to him attempting to have sex with someone in his office that he is the boss of, because technically he's like runs the
Yes.
museum, correct?
Yeah, he's the museum curator.
Right. So, yeah, which we'll talk about that scene, which is harrowing in a sense, Not even in a sense. It's just harrowing. In general, anywho, uh, I just like that this movie is taking risks and being bold and like showing all of these different things. And yes, there are things that we can nitpick. And I'm not telling you, Ethan, in a way how to feel or whatnot. I'm just telling you like what I like. Blake, any thoughts here that we've kind of been discussing as we've just iced you out in the corner for the last 5 minutes?
Oh no, I mean you guys are fine. I'm enjoying the debate. I think honestly the Rachel bitch pissed me off because I see her point in a sense, but at the same time, like from my point of view at least, like people go through things in life. Yeah, she thought about it. Yeah, she made some videos. Yeah, she planned it. But then she realized that it wasn't worth it, you know? And like I'm not like genuinely like sure, she clearly has a little bit of problems, but that was also in this movie a decade ago. Like clearly, like where like because your cousin got shot in a school shooting, sure. Like I get like how
No,
she
it
could be
wasn't
a
even.
little
It wasn't
look,
like it wasn't
yeah,
even
right.
a
It
school
wasn't
shooting.
like
It was
like
just a
yeah.
random act of violence.
Like I
She didn't.
get like I get how she could be a little upset, but like going the distance, like telling everybody, like why to her did it bother her that much? That part
I
did bother me because like at the same time, it's like sure she wanted to, but she never did because she realized it wasn't worth it, and then it wasn't bad, and then she was an advocate for gun violence. Like why are you 10 years now after she told you for the first time drunk the night 2 nights before her wedding that you're going to be this big of a bitch about it?
and it's especially because she like after she told her story of the worst
Yeah,
thing she ever done,
I think hers
which
was worst.
it is worse. It is worse because guess what? You actually did it. You
Yeah,
did it. Like she literally said, "But I was just a kid, so it doesn't matter."
Exactly. It's like you got the
So
benefit of the
how?
doubt. It's like, oh, you should get the benefit of the doubt, and like you get to feel morally superior for something, and then you also get to turn around and make this other person feel terrible for something they didn't do, but regrets the fuck out of it. Like
Yeah,
that's the
like
point. You're supposed to. I do think, like in the end, you are supposed to despise Rachel's character.
yeah,
yeah, no, I absolutely. And like I said, I think I get why she could be a little upset, but the whole like
I
getting
I
revenge and
honestly
like
don't. I
telling
honestly don't.
everybody and being a bitch during like the maid of honor speech, like she was trying to be very ignorant and very asshole-ish, and she was,
Like
but
I honestly don't understand. I don't understand like even in the slightest bit how she can be upset at
like
Zendaya's
to
character.
me, if that's my friend, I'm gonna be like, okay, that was 10 years ago. Cool. Like, are you okay? Like now, how are you feeling
Yeah,
now? Like, do you need somebody to talk to? Like, I'm sorry you went through that. Like, I'm not gonna be like, you're a dumb bitch and you should die virtually. Like
yeah, like
And
that's
obviously she didn't say that, but like
and I think that's honestly in to the movie's credit to me. Like again, it's a moral compass movie. It's a social commentary. Like the average person is gonna be like Rachel in that situation. The average common person is gonna be like, "Oh wow, yeah, what I did was stupid, but everyone was fine in the end, and it was when I was young. But you could have done this, blah blah blah. You're way worse." So like that's just like they're trying to show how normal people in a sense would react in that. So like I get it. I understand it. There are it's the different ends of that spectrum. Like another person would be normal and be like, dude, I get it. Like, why did you feel that way? Instead of jumping to conclusions, they'd be like, well, why did you feel that way? Like, what made you go to this point in your life?
yeah, like she didn't even
Well,
ask questions about it. She just
yeah,
jumped
like,
to like attacking her, you know?
yeah.
but you didn't
It's
do it.
just
Like,
crazy.
what stopped you? Why'd you stop? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. But then I actually did this. And then I became an activist for gun control in my community. Like, oh, that's great. So, like, yes, you had a really dark moment in your life and, you got past it. But again,
I mean,
that's the whole social commentary bit of this movie, which I just admire.
but then we do need to talk about the only reason why she didn't commit the act of like the school shooting
Because there was a mall that got
And-
shot up in the same town that same
and
day.
one of her classmates died, and she
Mhm.
was jealous, not because she didn't. She was jealous.
Again, moral compasses and stuff. It's not. This is
The point is, she didn't do it.
No, I know. Like,
didn't do it. Like I again polarizing, riveting in a sense. Like no one is, even though at the end of the day they're all at fault, except oddly enough. And let's go put Pattinson here with his character. Oddly enough, out of that foursome, by the way, the only one that, in my opinion, that should have nothing to feel bad about in their own moral compass for what they did or didn't do is Pattinson. Because I personally believe he's probably never done anything heinous like that in his life. I think he made up the cyber thing.
I think he did something way worse, and that's the entire
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think he
Joe,
did
we
and he's
opened-
holding it in.
Joe, we opened the movie with him literally, basically stalking her.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Like we opened the movie. He literally is stalking her. He walks into the coffee shop, is staring her down the whole entire time. Finds a place in the corner, waits for her to leave her stuff, goes and takes a picture of her book, and then goes back and then tries to start a conversation with her.
That's a good point.
That's creepy. That's super creepy.
You got me.
And then
That's a
you're
good
gonna
point.
sit there and be like, "Oh no, I've done nothing. I've done nothing weird. Like I've done nothing wrong." And then say, "Oh yeah, I cyberbullied someone to the point they had to move."
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. See, this conversation is great. I want to go to the fact, by the way, if we were going through the categories here, most rewatchable scene, the entire conversation of the whole in that beginning where they're talking at the table, the four of them doing the what's the worst thing you've ever
Yeah,
done, like that
for
whole
sure.
scene. It's like what, Blake, 10 minutes
10-ish.
at least,
Yeah.
and it's incredible. Like the only thing that would make it better is if it was just like one shot and they just
Yeah.
the camera was like circling around the table the whole time or something like that. But I thought I thought that whole scene was just, I was just what?
Like,
Riveted the whole
that's
time.
the thing is like this movie is produced really well. It's shot really well. It's performed really well. I just don't get what the point is. Like I do, but I don't at the same time because like you have a message and then you completely drop the message by the end. Like it makes no sense. It turns from, oh, this is all about gun violence to now him cheating on her.
Which we're not avoiding, people we're going to get to. So yes, I also, the little filmy things about this, Blake, I don't know if it's just an A24 thing or what. Their grainy film
Yeah, their
style,
cinematography is amazing.
Amazing.
it's so good. I adore it. Go ahead, E. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say outside of that, but like I don't know. This movie just I feel like a weird way about this movie. Like
How
I
did
don't
Bailey
know.
take it?
She didn't like it either. I mean, we just think that it tried too hard almost. Like
So
it feels like it tried too hard to be a social commentary when it really didn't even need to be. Like you could have taken out like certain parts of that movie and just been like, "Oh no, this is a really good movie." But then there's other parts that just get added to it, and there's like this has nothing to like. Why did he have to confront the cousin? Why did the cousin have to be involved in it at all?
yeah,
That part was weird.
Like
it,
that makes no sense. It just
it
shows just
fit.
how much of
Okay,
a creeper he actually is.
to bring it back
Like-
to what you kind of pointed out, which I missed about his stalking thing, which I didn't miss, but I guess I overlooked it sadly. It's sadly the weird part about his character. So it just shows they all have weird problems. And oddly enough,
The only
maybe
the only one that seems kind of normal is Mike, which is the best man.
I don't
Like,
know, man. He literally just told him never talk to her again and fly to a different country. That's kind of weird.
But that's I don't know if that was a real conversation.
no, I don't think that was a real conversation.
I think that was a made up conversation in Zendaya's head.
Yeah, that was the only.
Because
that
then he
was
came
the,
back in with
yeah.
coffee wearing
Yeah.
different clothes.
you could tell all of the different things that were either made up in their heads that they were dramatizing or were real. That was the only one that was like, did they actually have that? But I don't think they did. No, I actually think the only one out of all this, oddly enough, that is like normal is Zendaya's character. Like what she almost did was terrible.
I don't know. I don't. Well, do you think the scene where they're on the crosswalk and she flips out in that car?
Mm,
That was real.
that
That was
was
100%
real.
real.
That's
But
not.
that
I don't know. That
I
is.
think she has some issues, but like in terms of like being, I don't know. Like I don't think she's normal because obviously like she
She's getting
has a
stupid
temper
hole.
and like explosive episodes, like that kind of stuff. Like she's probably bipolar or something like that. And like
She also likes to slap during sex. That part was so funny. He's like, "Please stop."
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I
but it
love how
but it's
like
also funny. It's also funny that he only started seeing those as like red flags once he knew about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like everything. I'm sure, like the
Which
stuff was normal for him until after the fact,
and
which is that
exactly.
reaction's fine.
Yeah,
That
that's
reaction's
fair.
fine.
Like his reaction
Everyone would
to
have that
all of it is
reaction.
fine. Like I get it. Like his reaction is the most normal outside of like the best man's reaction to it all. Because that's crazy. Like she lied to you basically that whole entire time because she told you that she was deaf from birth and then she said no, the gunshot is what me practicing shooting the rifle and it being too big is what like blew my eardrum out and now I can't hear in that ear.
Mhm.
So like totally understandable to be freaked out and like start questioning everything. Like his questioning in that is perfectly fine. It's everything that follows after that that then is problematic.
Okay, do we want to talk about the elephant in the room now, which is kind of the twist of the movie, but also I guess it's a twist of the movie, right? Uh, the scene where he basically sexually assaults his coworker.
Yeah.
So okay,
And
um,
also not so subtly tells her all about Zendaya's massive like worst thing I've
yeah,
ever
he
done.
did the whole well, if you knew this person who did this, how would you react? Which is very weird. But again, for him, I get it. And he breaks down, and then all of a sudden he confides in her because he's finally like lost it. Like, oh my god, the woman I'm marrying in literally a day is a psychopath, and the woman that is there is like making sure he's okay, and then all of a sudden he just loses his mind and starts to kiss her. Initially, I thought, oh, she is kissing him back, but then it got dark. Let's just be real. It got dark because basically it turned into like a borderline sexual assault. Now, granted, he stopped. Good on him. But
But it
still,
doesn't matter.
no, doesn't matter. I'm just saying, could have been way worse. Let me just say this. Again, a movie taking a bajillion risks that it's for all of these things. I adore the fact that this movie is willing to do these types of things. I really like the awkwardness and the when that scene is happening, the oh my god, oh my god, oh my god type feeling you get when that's happening, right? And I also like the fact that like I say like again. I'm gonna keep saying like until I like myself. I the part where you can tell the reaction on her face is not I'm into this. Like I
Mhm.
think this is really good acting on all parties showing no, this is wrong, but her look on her face is like if I don't do this, I'm terrified for like
Yeah.
it shows like the vulnerability of women in that situation, you know? And I thought that was a really good depiction. It's a terrifying thing, but I thought that was real good, just a depiction of, oh my God. this is horrifying, and I thought everybody did a good job in that aspect. But also, just that as a twist was out of nowhere. Blake, I don't think any of us expected that to happen, and it did.
Nah, that was kind of like came out of like nowhere, because he had the episode when he asked her hypothetically if her boyfriend was a school shooter or
Mm-hmm.
planned one, what would you do? And she was like, call the police, and his reaction was like, throwing stuff all over. And he kind of gets emotional and like, okay, like I get, being emotional, during this and like getting that answer because that's kind of the answer you've been getting from like everybody. So like, you're about to marry this woman. And then she comforts him, which I was like, okay, that seems pretty normal, coworker, friend going through the hard time, crying in the office. And then it kind of just escalates extremely quickly.
Yeah.
And it just kind of was a shock.
Yeah, it went from 0 to 100 really quick. And I think as well, he like I he's talking to her about all of this, and he's just begging. He's basically begging someone to tell him, no, it's okay. Like she didn't do anything. So at the end of the day, it's fine. So every time she says something, like when she says, yeah, I'd call the police on them, and he's freaking out like, no, why would you do that? He's basically like begging someone like, please tell me that this person is normal. So I get it, dude. I get it. You're just over. He was desperate. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm not giving him a pass for what he did. Obviously, I'm just saying what he went through there. I get it. You're like hoping the person that you're in love with is not a crazy person, but everybody else thinks she is. So he's like, fuck.
Can we also just talk about just randomly? This has nothing to do with that. But the random fact that they catch their DJ just randomly doing heroin on the street.
I think that's a perfect euphemism or whatever, because it leads into them talking about, well, you just caught somebody in their worst moment.
Yeah, but like, what's the point? Like, I get it. I get the euphemism thing, but it didn't pertain to the movie, and it
I think
ended
it
up
totally
having
did.
I don't know.
What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, I agree. I think it was more of oh, this is this person's bad moment.
It was a vehicle.
Yeah, I get like it had nothing to pertain to, like, obviously, they ended up, talking to her and asking her to tell the truth, but you know, I think it was like, oh, we can see other people have their worst moments, and sometimes people don't want to share them. I think that like that part, like Zendaya's character was like very forceful of like, I want an answer now, or like you're just done. But sometimes it's hard for people to talk about their hard moments like that, And I think that was like the moral line of like, hey, everybody does bad things, but doesn't mean they're bad people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
guess I think there was already plenty of that going on in the movie, and that they were trying to show that, and that was just an extra part that wasn't really pertinent. Because then, like, also, why bring in the second DJ? Why make that such a big part?
To that
And
second
then
DJ part was so weird.
I love
it makes no
the awkward
sense.
comedy part. I love the
Oh,
dark awkward humor part.
dude,
It's
when
like,
the
Yeah, the
gunshot went
gunshot
off,
part makes sense, but
that was so funny.
how
Oh, that
about
was.
though? How about when they're meeting with the picture person
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's like, "All right, so we're gonna shoot you guys today. We're gonna shoot you guys at full length. Then we're gonna shoot your parents, and we're gonna shoot them.
yep.
Shoot
Can
grandparents TBD. Just so good.
can we also talk about the fact that that's also part of like Pattinson's problem?
What?
Is one of that's showing his darker side there too, because he also starts staring at the assistant and
The
making like
assistant.
googly eyes at the assistant. The girl sitting at the blonde sitting at the desk, and that's when he actually starts smiling. And like they
Oh,
actually get a couple
Yeah, the
good
camera
pictures
like
as
pans over to
he
like a
starts like
blonde.
staring at her.
that's a fair. You know what? That's a. I didn't peep that. Good call. Good call, Lee. Good call. Uh, And then the movie ends with, him getting his head bashed in. And listen, I said before the show, the ending technically warmed my heart because I'm just glad they found each other again. They're
They
like,
didn't
let's
need
try
to
to
find
start
each
over.
other.
Huh?
They didn't need to find each other. They didn't. That makes
I
no
mean,
sense.
with the way it
It's
ended,
not.
they kind of needed to.
No, they didn't.
I mean, she just found out he cheated on her, and like,
You just found out she cheated on he cheated on her after telling her that she's a terrible person, basically, for not doing an act of violence that she didn't commit. She didn't do anything. Like, and then she was treated like a pariah and like all this kind of stuff. And then he cheats on her, and she's the one that has to forgive him. That makes no
No, he.
sense.
no, he was. I don't think he was asking for forgiveness. I think he was
Did.
realizing that he fucked up.
She's the one
Well,
that had
no.
to come in and start over. Not
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He didn't do it. She
No,
did it. That
actually,
doesn't make
at the end of the
sense.
day, he's the one that's at the low point, and she basically forgives him instead
Yeah,
of like
which is dumb. Which is very, very dumb.
it.
That makes no sense with the whole entire point of the movie that you were trying to point. It makes no sense with the whole entire
Would you
theme of the
rather if
movie
him
that
went up
that's
to
what
her
happened.
and like, would you
I would
rather
have
the roles
rather
been
than
opposite?
I would have just rathered it end with him alone at the diner because that's what he deserved.
Ethan just likes dark.
Like, it makes no sense. It makes zero sense for them to come
I
back
think
together.
it was more of he. I mean, yes, he quote unquote judged her, but he was also during
He
his speech.
cheated
He was
on
like,
her and sexually assaulted a woman,
I get
and
that.
she comes back to him. That's how.
But
That's the.
I don't think she knew about the sexual assault part. I think she just told her that she
The
cheated.
boyfriend literally walked up and said, "You sexually harassed and assaulted my
Yeah.
girlfriend," and
Yeah,
he
but he
said,
goes-
"He said
but he-
yes,
and he
I
goes-
did," and he headbutted him. So yes, she did know. She was standing right
I
there.
thought he said no. I didn't. Did he say yeah?
He said, and then he got headbutted.
I mean, regardless,
I think it was more of he, even though like he was sort of in a way on her side. Like during his speech, he was like, I still love you. Like it doesn't just because you did what you did doesn't mean I don't love you. So I think that was kind of like, in a way, she's like,
don't
hey,
think
I
he
know
loved
you made
her,
a mistake.
though.
I still love you.
If you love someone, you don't try to sexually assault another woman. And you don't stare at an assistant during a photography session. You don't do all that kind of stuff if you actually love someone.
Which is you are absolutely right.
It just makes no sense. Like that ending is so dumb, and it proprietates or whatever. I can't think of the word right now, but it literally like says, "Oh, toxic relationships are okay," because that's literally what that shows. Like, hey, we don't want gun violence, but hey, dude who sexually assaults a woman still gets the girl at the end after treating her like shit for most of the movie.
that's a very fair way to look at it.
It's like,
I
so
don't
if that's the social commentary we're having in this day and age with that movie, that's kind of wild.
Not gonna lie, Blake, Ethan cooked. I enjoyed the movie, but Ethan's on fire right now. I can't stop him.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I think I still enjoyed the movie, and like we which is normal for movies. People see it in different ways, and that's what's great. And that's what's great about film. That's what brings people together in the movie industry.
Blake, give this movie, if you could, a snap call letterbox review.
On my letterbox count, my fresh out of theater reaction was a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Like I said, I think there was a lot of plot holes in the film. Like, for example, I thought like I don't necessarily need an explanation because I can kind of put 2 and 2 together. But like, there's a lot of like Zendaya throwing up in the movie. Like, was she sick? Was it just from her being an alcoholic, like drinking?
No,
but there's like also scenes
anxiety.
or like
That's anxiety puking, 100%.
yeah, like but then like Robert Pattinson is like randomly throwing up like milk or whatever. I don't know. There's just like things that I just had a lot of questions. I was like, what's going on?
Also, why did we need the whole entire like escapade, like montage of him holding her as a 15-year-old girl. Why?
Very weird. Very
We didn't
weird.
need
I
that.
understood
Didn't
what
need
they
that.
were doing, but that was also weird. It was like,
Yeah, that
don't love
was
that.
that was
Wha-
weird. I also agree. That was weird.
I
I
get
get
what
it,
they
and
were
I
doing,
I
but
get the point of it, but like at the same
yeah.
time, was it really necessary?
Because are you really you're really looking at her like through your relationship now as a 15-year-old girl? Because that's even weirder.
I don't think that was
Absolutely.
exactly it, but I get what you're saying.
That's
I
a,
didn't
so-
like that. I didn't like that. I was very what? Why do we have to do this? But I understood what they were doing, but I definitely would have rather that not been in there. Okay. Uh Impromptu who won the movie? MVP or movie MVP. Do we have a movie MVP?
I think it's a mixture of both Zendaya and Rob. I think they both played the roles extremely well. I think that they delivered their lines well. Their facial expressions were on point. They didn't like over exaggerate any scenes with their acting. So I think today is co MVPs with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson.
Fair. Ethan?
yeah, I'm okay with Blake. I'm okay with Blake's thing of it being both of them.
Okay. Let's move on to Mickey 17. Blake's choice this week. 2005 film, which is
What?
what? Did I say
2025.
2005?
2005 film.
2025. Sorry.
I was like, which one did you watch? Cancel.
I watched I watched Nicholas 71. Mickey 17, 2025 sci-fi comedy directed by Bong Joon-ho, who directed some other sci-fi-ish weird-looking movies like Parasite. He also directed Snowpiercer. This movie has Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, our king, Mark Ruffalo, just never misses. Tony Colletti and Stephen Yeun, those are the top actors in this movie. Where do we even begin? The premise of this, how do I say this? Like, I like it's another movie that I do think it's a movie not without any cause at all. I think it has certain points it's trying to make about, like social inequalities. It's kind of hitting you over the head with that, like dictatorship, all
Yeah.
of those types of things. Some of it is a little too much, but I think they land every point they make. I also think, again, it is a comedy to a degree, so they are trying to be over bashful with it. Like Ruffalo is overacting like crazy, and he's
Oh yeah,
just
100%.
this is Mark Blake. This is Ruffalo.
I
Oh.
fucking hated.
Oh, in a good way or a bad way?
He bothered me the whole. For everything that I've seen, he's bothered.
That's the point, Blake.
I know the
That's the
point, but
point.
I literally was this close to ripping my hair out. Like every time he's on the screen, I'm just like, ugh. I hated it. I hated his character, but I get it. I know you're supposed to hate him, but God, I hated his guts.
I think Ruffalo is standing on the rubber, and he's just throwing 100 miles an hour for 9 innings, Ethan.
Oh, 100%. Like he knows his role and he plays it well. And he's got his wife in his ear the whole entire time.
The whole movie. Dude, why does everyone who talks to him have to be leaning on him? Did you notice that? Even when it was the other weird bald dude who's got the weird piercing right here under his lip. He looks like the lead singer from Disturbed. Yes, yes, he is. Which obviously they are trying to hit it over your head that he is again that he is
sure.
a dictator. in a sense. So yeah, just Ruffalo is amazing. I don't want to say he stole the movie, but you could argue he did. I thought he was amazing. Okay, let's get through some categories here. Let's start off with most rewatchable scene. This is going to be a little more normal, category based in this portion instead of like open discussion. Uh, most rewatchable scene. My first one is the Nasha introduction montage. You guys all know I'm a whore for
Yeah.
montages.
Mm-hmm.
Just have that written in marker in my face. I can't wait for the next time all three of us go to a movie together and there's a montage and Ethan just looks at me and he goes, "Ah, this is for you." I'm a montage
Dude,
whore.
I got a montage on mine too.
Yeah.
I got the montage of him all being all the printout montages of him just falling out of the machine.
Yes. We'll get to that. So the most rewatchable scene, Nasha introduction montage, where it talks about where she's like, "We're all one big happy family, tight knit, harmonious community." Or they say that while a brawl is commencing. Like Mickey's talking about like we're all one tight knit family, one harmonious community, and all of a sudden they just start brawling in the background. I thought that was hilarious. I will say though, it does kind of go from Mickey is this quirky, out of nowhere person who's kind of an outcast to a degree. And then you find out he is an outcast to a very large degree.
Yep.
They go from that to they go from discussing him into that just to quickly without any discussion at all. While I also have this side chick on the side who we fuck like crazy, and we've got a literal playbook for our sex positions.
Number 42. He can't do 42 without me.
With titles. Yeah. Like that just came out of nowhere. I was just like, oh, here's Nasha. And then all of a sudden he's like making out with her and then eating her out. And I'm just like, whoa.
Wow. The whole time while Mike Ruffalo's character and his wife are saying no sex, it burns too much calories and we're on a ration.
Too many calories. We're on a ration count. We're on a ration count. You can't have sex because you'll burn too much energy. And then I just love how he's like, we're going to get 10 and we're going to have the great sexcapades. Just so much great stuff from Ruffalo. Ethan, go ahead with a couple most rewatchable scenes.
I have the montage of Mickey getting printed out every time he dies, because them just like it truly shows just how like forgettable they are, because they literally forget
They
him
forget
getting
to put the
printed out.
table. He's like falling like backwards. They didn't put the table up. I'm like, oh, I'm
Falls
like
on his
screaming.
face, like
Yeah. Guys, we gotta help him.
I have when the Mickeys and Nasha fight Timo.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then the final fight scene with Mickey and Ruffalo.
Yeah, which is not how I expected it to just kind of end. I didn't expect that to happen. It just does. I have the my other most rewatchable scene was the post threesome from there through the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
So you've got them in the bed and Mickey 17 and 18.
What would you think if there was two of me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what would you exactly? And you'd be all for it. So she's making out with one and giving a little handy to the other, and then here comes old other girl who's lost her.
Like, you got two of them. Share.
Yeah, you should share.
Everyone's mine. I'll take 17. You take 18. It's okay.
She must just be horny, because they kind of insinuate that the Jennifer girl who dies earlier in the film is kind of her lover? Question mark.
She had a crush on Mickey the whole entire time.
The whole time, yeah.
Oh, I just missed that
sure.
then. That's on me.
Like she had a crush on Mickey the whole entire time.
Okay, then I just missed that portion. So that's a thing. And then from there through Mickey 18's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go kill him. They break open the rock. The creepers jump out. By the way, the creepers.
How could you? How could you think those things are dangerous?
getting
Like I
dangerous,
get
yeah.
Because in the first scene of the movie, I was terrified. I was like,
that's
"Oh
fair. I thought they were
no!"
cute.
That part was so funny.
I thought they were
Saving
cute.
me for the kiddos, huh?
Yeah, eventually,
Hopefully, this death is not painful.
yeah. Hopefully, it's
Yes,
going
there's
to
the
eat
big
me.
one now.
Yeah,
Temo's just a dick.
in the first portion, like in that first scene, um, I was terrified. Like it's creepy. You can barely see it, and it just
It's
sneaks
fair.
up. I'm like, no, gross. And then you learn quickly that yeah, they're like little doggies. Like you can't rub their belly because their belly is kind of terrifying, but you don't want them to be hurt. They're cuddly,
Yeah.
maybe. Um. So Blake, did you have any other most rewatchable scenes to
Yeah,
touch on?
I had the very first scene because I thought it was kind of funny where he's like, "Save me for the kiddos," and then Timo comes in. He's like, "You don't mind if I take the gun, do you?"
The
And he's like,
flamethrower.
He just grabs
"No."
his
He
flamethrower.
goes, "You're gonna die anyways. It's okay, right? You're used to it." And Mickey's just like, "Yeah, no, that's cool. I get it. I get it." And then I had the montage of him, dude. The him falling out of the machines were so funny. Just
It's
every
so
single
funny.
person, like one's just like that at a 90-degree angle. One's getting twisted up. And I'm just like, oh my god. The guy's just on his phone, like watching a video. And the girl comes in. She goes, "What are you doing? Look at him! Look at him! You're gonna be alive for 10 minutes. No, good news. It's 15.
Yeah,
minutes.
good news. It's 15. Not too bad, huh? It's great.
That's awesome, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome, right? What age the best? Sex blueprints.
That was so yeah.
Just amazing. It's like a Madden call sheet. Hit Y for doggy style. Hit
Hey man,
X
it
for
it came back
69.
to save him in the end.
It
Came
did.
back to save
Bring
him
the
in
baby.
end.
I just also want to know how, like, Ethan, do you have a giant stuffed teddy bear there so you can perform Bring the Baby so we can see how you bring the baby?
Nope.
No?
I
You
do
don't want to
not.
show us how
No.
one brings
No.
the baby? Well, at least one of us three made a baby, right, Blake? High five.
Slap.
Good job.
Yeah.
What age the best? Ruffalo's mannerisms, they're top notch. I loved like the first scene he actually talks. He's the interrogation or whatever, I guess, and he's like, "I was happy to receive an invitation from this committee," and then the person was like, "You were subpoenaed, Mr. Marshall." I just thought that was so funny because he's like, it's just so out of touch, and it was very political. I'm the greatest. Everyone loves me type shit. Look how much everyone loves me. What age the best? Robert Pattinson, ladies man, getting the hose.
Yeah.
He's out
His
here.
accent. Mickey
Yes!
17's accents.
Yes. Oh my god. His
He's
different
got
accents.
so
his
much.
different, yeah.
This is range, bro. Like quirky, nerdy, outcast. Yeah, it's a thing. And then he also is playing another version of himself who's big and beefy. Like, yeah, this is my bitch now. Mark my territory. And then my last one, what age the best? Oh, this should be in what age the worst. Whoopsie. Not what age the best. Cut. That's in what age the worst. What else do you guys have for what age the best? Blake, Ethan?
I had a couple. You said some already. Just Robert Pattinson in general. I think the performance he gives and like the different, attitudes, different personalities, different voice tones that he uses are great. I also had the creepers because I think the CGI and the practical effects on those is freaking sick. Like it generally is hard to make creatures like that look good, but they looked phenomenal and they were really fucking creepy.
That was the
I
thing on
thought
me
they
is
were
I thought they
cute.
were creepy as
The
well.
whole entire time I thought they were cute.
Ethan's
I
like, I
don't
just want
know.
to pet one.
They remind me of the one creature from The Mist. Have you ever seen that movie?
That's
Mm-mm.
fair.
Just Stephen King. Yeah. So that movie fucking terrifies me. What age the worst? Ethan, start with you.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
Do you have
I
anything
completely
for what
forgot
age
to
the
answer
worst?
I can go.
I forgot to answer this one. But
That's fine. 10 out of
what
10
age
movie.
the
Nothing aged
worst?
bad.
Yeah,
If you got nothing, we can go to Blake
I
first.
got one.
I got nothing right now.
Okay.
It's kind of hinted towards what Ethan texted us. Just
Ah,
the
that's fair,
portrayal
yeah.
of Mark Ruffalo, like in what he is underlying and clearly supposed to be in the film. I like it's like clear as day who he is supposed to be. I don't want to say like parody of, but like clearly that's who he's supposed to be.
It's huge.
And then I think this is I can save that for like I can save this one for a different category. So you go. That was my big one. Like that is yeah.
Mine here, you obviously know that mine are more funny than serious. So, first one is disguising a meal as a test for a new hormone that could kill someone. Didn't age the best at all.
No.
First off, when
This
he's
was
eating,
a test.
Sauces?
Yeah.
Random sauces?
Yeah, random sauces. Like, I want you to go get 100 of those tails to make all my sauces. Like, bitch, what? So I peeped that. So there's a portion in the middle here where Mickey 17 is taken to Ruffalo's character for some sort of thing, and
The
he's
dinner? The celebration dinner?
A celebration dinner. That piece of meat, by the way, that he was chowing down, which I get it. Did that not look like the most unappetizing thing in the history of things that were unappetizing?
Yeah, but you gotta think they're in like outer space. Like that's about all they can get.
But you saw what he was eating in the cafeteria beforehand, right?
No,
like,
I know.
In the first, it was gray paste basically.
Yeah.
And like grain bars basically. Like so, like to him that they told him it was a steak.
Mm-hmm. And it looked like he was eating literal raw meat.
And Mickey 17 probably had never had a steak before, so they were like, "All right, yeah, this is a steak."
Yeah. No, that's fair. It was just to me, I was like, "What on earth?" So yeah, that was the thing. Next one, your clone twirling your hair during foreplay.
Yeah, that
was weird. He just like well, first he licks his finger. And then he reaches over. I know. I thought he was gonna give the girl a wet. I thought he was gonna like maybe like put like his finger in like the girl's mouth maybe or something. But then he just like reaches over and I see his hand keep going. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And then he twirls his hair with the wet finger. I was like, what?
So we're all in relationships, and I clearly could not imagine, doing stuff, and then all of a sudden, a clone version of me was just, playing with my chin hair or something. Well, like I just couldn't. Not for me, Bob.
I'll pass on that one.
Just weird. And then my last one was killing your new planet's version of a dog. Not good, just
a dog that can explode everything.
Yeah, apparently. Well, no, they kind of confirmed that they were bluffing, right?
No. He said at the end they were like, "You said that it could explode everything or explode us, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, explode."
Mm-hmm. I thought
he said, yeah, and then he was like, "But you said eyes explode," and he's like, and then the thing was like, "Everything explode." That's why eyes explode.
Fair enough. All right. So here's one that I actually don't have an award or a winner for. So if you guys got one for me, by all means, let me know. It's the Peter Dinklage is an Asgardian weapons maker award for hey, I know that guy from another show or movie. I mean, obviously, when you're doing this, you can't pick a main character. So Ruffalo in that is out. What was he in though?
He was Glenn in The Walking Dead, and then he's also Zuko in the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Two things that I have not.
I have one that I noticed instantly, but I had to look him up because I had to be like, oh my god, I know him from somewhere else, and his name is Darius Blank, and he's a monk
Oh, the
in
bad guy?
season 2 of Game of Thrones. He's someone who works for Cersei Lannister, and
The
I
loan
was like,
shark guy.
yes, I was like, dude, who is this guy and where is he from? And then yeah, I looked it up and it was Game of Thrones.
Fair enough. 2 wins for Gryffindor on that one, and I am not Gryffindor. Next up, Vincent Hanna Award for character to most likely have a massive drug addiction. It's the Stephen Yeun
Timo.
character. Yeah,
or
Timo.
Yeah.
Mickey
Oh,
18.
yeah.
Mickey 18. I mean, he did do the drugs.
I mean, they were
To a
literally
degree,
doing
yeah.
drugs.
multiple times.
You did
Yeah.
drugs with him?
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
Definitely
a little bit.
Stephen Yeun's character, though. Just a
Yeah.
little.
Timo was a dick. Timo's a terrible friend. like Timo's a
I mean, if
terrible,
your
terrible
friend was gonna get recreated and cloned, would you?
Can we also talk about the fact that he thought macaroons were going to be bigger than hamburgers? That's what they got the loan for.
That is funny. Like,
Their T-shirts or oh my god!
just like,
Macaroons
yeah,
are
let's
gonna
go
be
to a
bigger, so we,
macaroons.
This is what happens when you cross me.
so
The
we
guy
gotta
just gets his
deal
foot
with
cut off.
we gotta do a deal with a dirty loan shark that loves people getting cut in half.
Oh my god, yeah.
So then we had to flee the planet.
And they still get found. And it's funny. Listen, I will say his idea is great. Like, hey man, you'll come back, because at the time he still thinks he'll come back to life. So he's like,
Yeah.
hey man, you'll come back to life, right? This is a great idea. I get to cut you in half and then you'll be good. But it's really not. Are you playing with a yo-yo?
Kind of.
I'm playing with a
I'm
Slinky,
just
so
fidgeting.
I'm
It's like
glad
one of
we all
those
have
old
podcast
school like
fidgets.
balls on the
Yeah.
string.
Yeah, I'm cool. Listen, I play with the Slinky all the time. Blake, what do you got, Mr. Marvel Picture?
Like in my hand,
Yeah,
nothing.
other than
I'm
your
not fidgeting
dong.
with anything. I have my mouse in my hand currently. Jesus Christ, dude just says dong. Jesus Christ, God damn.
Just
No, no, I didn't get, I didn't get my PPP in before, so it'll be PP. It'll be a PPP post. It'll be a post podcast pump today instead of a pre-podcast.
Yikes.
I love that. You know what? You know what, Ethan? You know what, Blake? Blake's a professional.
I don't currently have my
Blake's
dong in my
tying
hand.
all our, and now our shows are thematically linked together.
They already are. The monologues, man.
I know, but huh?
So they already are. They're all monologues.
Yeah, there you go. Next up. So good job, Blake. I'm proud of you. Way to tie it up. Way to land that. The "Where Is My Mind" by the Pixels Award for Best Musical Moment. There really isn't a song in this movie. I will say at the beginning there was like a little violin type score that I'm like, oh, this is nice. But outside of that, there isn't really a song.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that couldn't find anything for this one. I was just like,
no, there isn't
I was at a loss.
There isn't. Okay. Next up, Coach Finstock Award for Best Life Advice. You guys got anything?
Multiple isn't always better.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yes and no. In this case, one of them helped, the other guy. So
That's fair.
Blake, did you get anything?
Not for this one.
Okay. Picking nits. What I had, Ethan. So you know how they're going out to find they're trying to look for the mother creeper in the big battle. And they're trying to film it, right? And on his little tractor thingamajig, he literally has a ring light for his camera.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I did.
I was just like, how is Ruffalo powering? How are they powering a ring light in the middle of nowhere on a planet? I just thought that was silly. Did you have any other picking nits?
I mean, I don't get how that baby survived being stabbed like 3 different times.
Yeah, that baby. Good Lord.
The creepers are resilient as hell. Like,
Some thick outer shell. Too long, too short, just right.
I think it was. I think I could have maybe used even a little bit more, just to wrap up like some loose ends. But I think it was a pretty good length.
The scene at the end where he's like, okay, I understood to a degree they were doing the tie up with like he's pressing a red button as an end for his moment when
Yeah,
technically him in his mind pressing a red button in the car is what got his mother killed.
yeah,
I understood that little thematic tie-in. However, the dark, creepy dream where like Ruffalo and his wife like come back to life for 5 seconds.
yeah.
That was
When did that take place? Did he just all of a sudden start hallucinating while he
yes,
was
he
holding
starts
the button?
hallucinating that. He started hallucinating. Like
Yeah,
that
that
was
makes
out
no
of
sense.
nowhere. That was dumb. Uh Next, the Fred Van Vliet Award for Best Heat Check. Blake, do we have anyone?
Best heat check. I know people are. You guys. Well, you said. I was thinking you guys are going to say Mark Ruffalo, but I hate his
No,
character.
Like,
Ruffalo's not a heat check candidate. I think the only
he's in the
one that
movie too much.
yeah, exactly.
Probably. I don't really think there
I'd
is.
say,
I mean, maybe Timo, but he's more
yeah,
of
I
just
was
like
gonna say
a.
Timo.
But he's more of a dick. So it's like, do I want to see him? Did I really want to see him more in the movie? I mean, he's like selling drugs, being a dick
Or
friend.
Timo's also not coming in here and just raining bombs. Like
But
he's just
exactly,
kind of
that's what I'm saying.
there.
Like he's not.
do we
Yeah, that's
do?
like
Is it
Nasha's
Kai
kind of a
then?
heat check candidate.
Is it Kai then,
Kai definitely
or
only
maybe,
has.
she
Kai
only has a
definitely
couple, so
only
it could
has
be
like four
her.
or
scenes.
maybe the assistant scientist, the girl scientist that is saving Mickey and like wants him to not die as often. Basically, the only scientist that cares about Mickey, that gives him the translator and all that kind of stuff.
All right, y'all are
Dolly, I
my.
think is her
Are,
name.
I'm submitting a question to the heat check committee. Just me sending a letter via carrier pigeon to Fred Van Vliet in Rockford. Is Ruffalo's wife
That's what I was gonna say
is
too.
she a
That's a
Fred
Is
good
Van
one.
Ruffalo's
candidate
wife?
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Because she's not necessarily. I mean, she's obviously in his ear in the scenes, but she's not like the main focus in any of the scenes per se. So like, I think that's a good one. This
Okay.
one was definitely hard because I thought like everybody, like all the heat checks, was like, well, no one that isn't fully in the film, like no one really made like a huge impact. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like I wish I saw more of.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard.
Like
So I
in the
had a question mark for this because I didn't like really know like what
like
everybody
in
else
the
was really thinking.
drama, I think the heat check candidate winner for the drama, I think, is the photographer with the whole
Uh,
let's shoot your
or
grandma, let's
Mike.
shoot your mom and dad. Um Her awkward gigantic smile.
Yeah.
That's
Um
fair.
I think she's the
I
heat
don't know.
check
I
candidate
had
winner.
for the drama, I had the second DJ.
Oh my god, yes. He does. He
He
is
is
instant
firing.
offense.
He
He is
is he
instant
is chucking up
offense.
shit from half court, bro.
He is
He
prime
is.
J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
And he's just doing the 3-point shade dance. Oh my god. Yeah, the second DJ. Oh my god. He is all eyes on me. Well, yeah, good call. That is that's how you play the game. Uh so yeah, this Mickey 17, not a great Fred Van Vliet award depth. Unanswerable questions.
All right, I got a couple.
Let's go. Saddle me up.
So, do
He
they
sat
not
up in the chair and
have
everything, by the way, Blake. So
do,
be prepared.
do they not have like a vitals tracker or anything in the Mickeys like at all? Because how do you not know that you're about to create a multiple? Because I feel like if it's against the law to create multiples, you should at least know the first one's dead. I get they're expendable, but you should know the first one's dead before you create the next one.
Uh huh.
And
Yeah.
Timo clearly is not a reliable source of saying, "Hey, he died. I know he was gonna die. I left him for dead."
Well, at that point in the movie, who are we to know if Timu is or isn't? You know what I mean? So,
That's fair.
okay,
And
go ahead.
then another one is, uh, another one I had was about the drugs. Are they not breathing oxygen anymore? I'm very confused. Do they not breathe oxygen because they said the drug was oxygen, like pure oxygen,
No, it's oxy. I thought they were saying like oxy, maybe.
oxysulfate?
Oh,
Because I
okay.
swear the first time Timo said something was like, "This is pure oxygen," and I'm like, that makes no sense.
Well, I thought he was saying pure oxy, like oxycontin or whatever, oxycodone, codone.
It's like because then
That's
because
what I
also
thought. Maybe,
also
but you're right. They were remember Mickey said Mickey one of his variants or whatever like died because the
gas
pure-born
was there was
pathogens.
poisonous, yeah,
Yeah, the
pathogens.
air is
So
poisonous.
is the air, is it pathogens, or are they breathing oxygen on the planet because they're not wearing spacesuits, they're not wearing anything like that? And that
Mm,
kind of makes sense if they're going to like recreate Earth and on
mm.
Niflheim, but like,
Yeah, shout out to
why
Niflheim.
are you not?
By the way, in this double feature, a lot of puking,
Yeah,
a lot
a
of
lot of
throwing
puking.
up in this movie, in both of these movies.
So,
That's a good
and
question.
then my
Go ahead.
and then my last question was, I get the first case of being a multiple where the doctor cloned himself twice and one committed murders and the others did other
That
like
was
things is
an
illegal.
elaborate scheme, by the way. Just an
Yes,
incredible
yeah,
idea.
yes, but how is it illegal? How is it illegal to be a multiple when you didn't choose to be a multiple?
How does he, first off, how does this regime care? Why would they care about that? Second
That's
off,
fair.
second off, you know, how does Mickey have the proof that he did or didn't?
Well, he does. They all know he didn't because they all said he was dead. They all thought he died, so they created a new one. That's
That's a
not on
very
Mickey 17. That's on everybody else.
that's a fair point, but now you're asking them to use logic.
Yeah, but that's why it's an unanswerable question, right? Like
I mean, that is fair. That might be more of a picking nit,
picking nit. That's fair.
but
It's like there was a
it's
couple of them that I was like, it could be a picking nit. It also could be an unanswerable question.
yeah,
Like,
it's still in the same ballpark. My only unanswerable question, I'm the worst. Could you possibly have a threesome with your clone and your significant other? Like, do you have it in you?
no, oh,
You don't think so?
mm-mm, no.
Like, you couldn't
For one,
even
I
think of
don't
it
ever
as
want there to be a clone of me.
like you couldn't even think like Blake. You couldn't even think of it as like a more pleasure for them type situation because it's two. They love me so much. Let them have two of me at the same time.
No, I don't know, man. I don't think.
Now,
I
now
mean,
listen.
maybe.
Let me again. The question was, could you possibly have a threesome with your clone and your significant other? And again, I'm not saying
What did you say?
I don't love myself enough for that. Let's
now, I will also with this question, your clone is not gonna like fiddle with your face while you're doing
It's better
this.
than some doing it with somebody else. Well, who better than
uh,
me?
no.
Again, it's like
I'm
you
still
love
out.
your significant other so much, like you love me. I'm gonna give you two of me at the same time.
Yeah, who else better than me? If I would say more than likely not, but if any time, it'd be then. Like that would be.
It's
I
really
would.
like,
Oh, yeah.
honey, remember
I,
that one? Remember how we talked about we were gonna spice things up that one time?
How about two of me, baby?
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. That the wife comes home like, honey,
I
remember that
think
one
Gabby
time
might run away.
you thought
Oh
of
yeah,
this
for sure.
idea where we were gonna spice things up? Do you think we can do that thing with the clone again? And you're just like, oh, I guess it's because I love you, honey. That all the things I do for you. Just wanted to put that out there as a thought experiment. Okay, we can answer this for both
I
movies. By the way, go ahead.
I
Go
I
ahead.
have another unanswerable question.
Oh, go ahead.
What
Sorry.
what is the church?
What is the church?
It's
That's a
never
great
explained.
Yeah, it is never
What
explained. They
is
just
the
kind of
church?
call it
Is it
their home, I guess. I don't know.
they call it the church and then they call it the company? Because like
Yeah.
anytime the bald guy that's like Ruffalo's assistant, also is Ruffalo's assistant actually his assistant or is he above him?
The bald dude?
Yeah, because he keeps referring to this is what the church wants. This is what they want. This is what everybody wants.
I
This is
think
what would make them happy. He doesn't care
I
about what would make Ruffalo happy. He cares about
okay, here's what I think. I think when they're referring to the company or the church or them, he is referring to the people. He's telling Ruffalo, like, yes, mister, all of the people are going to love
so
what
it's a
you
cult.
do.
Gotcha.
Yes, it's a cult thing. Yeah, it's a cult
But
thing.
then why call it a company though? That's the weird
Again, Blake, Ethan's out here wanting logic. Come on now.
I just
Yeah.
I just want explanations.
That should be that's this version of the SpongeBob imagination thing. Ethan wants an explanation.
Explanations.
Okay, this I got ahead of myself. This we're only going to do for this movie. Apex Mountain. Clone Apex Mountain for clone sexual intercourse. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Clones in general. Are there other like actual clone? Not like Attack of the Clones, but
Clone
is there
Wars.
another? Yeah, huh?
The
Clone Wars. Yeah. Are there other good movies that have to do with a person and cloning yourself? Because at the end of the day, I do think this is a good movie. It's incredibly weird,
It
but
is weird,
I
but
enjoy it.
It's good.
I don't know if I'd watch it again, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
I think I could rewatch it maybe in like a few years or so when I completely
Right.
forget what the movie's about. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a good rewatch. But right now it's like, all right, yeah, I seen it. I don't need to see it again.
Any Apex Mountain candidates?
I didn't have anything written down, so I'm trying to think. Give me a second.
Yeah.
And another way we can look at doing Apex Mountain for this, by the way, too, is we're all the Apex Mountain committee, and we're nominating something as the Apex of like that version's Apex of whatever, right? So, oh, I got one. Apex Mountain for sex playbooks.
Fair. Apex Mountains for chainsaw deaths. Or almost chainsaw deaths.
Is that technically a chainsaw though?
Yeah. They
Is it
literally call
okay?
it a chainsaw. It's just
I mean, it's
two-bladed
a
chainsaw.
two-bladed, but I mean, it's definitely a chainsaw.
Okay, that's fair.
But
You got me.
did that guy die? I thought they just cut off his leg.
I said
Who, at the
almost
beginning when they're
chainsaw
still on
deaths.
Earth?
Almost. Yeah, when they're still on Earth.
Because then she tried to kill Timo with it too.
Yeah.
No, she did, and she almost that was definitely
Ooh.
a chainsaw.
Apex Mountain for worst maid of honor speech.
Oh, in
That'd be the drama.
Drama for sure.
Yes, in a movie, I'm sure there's got to be worse or like more dramatic.
She actually kind of was nice about it for
Yes, so I
It
told
was-
Blake this literally.
Yeah,
so,
but she obviously was like sarcastic, so that's what made
Yeah.
it like dickish.
yeah, like she was very like during her dad's speech when she when she had the very audible, in the background. So, a moment going back to the drama. The maid of honor speech. When that was about to happen, Blake and I looked at each other and we just both simultaneously did.
I will say,
buckle up.
I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than it was.
Yeah,
I'll
I
say
thought it
that.
was going to be 10 times. I thought she was going to out to the world like it was more tame than I thought it would be.
Okay, I I have an unanswerable question about that then, about that
Okay.
movie. Did did she actually hear Misha outside the bathroom, or was that
No.
her imagining it again?
No, 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 no.
Did
Oh, ooh, yes. So no, I think she did hear them talking about that, and I think she was talking. I think Misha was talking to Rachel about like he and like basically saying, "Oh my god!" And then he was asking if Blake would do this, how would I react? But
so
Zendaya's
she was heard
character
a
was,
part of it?
yeah, Zendaya's character was like, "Oh my god, who'd you all tell? I'm tripping." So yeah,
Yeah,
just
No,
weird timing.
I think it was legit.
because but no, but then when Misha gets called in, she instantly apologizes about
Yeah,
the
That's true.
so
cheating, and then
Zendaya
is
here.
super
So
confused
Zendaya actually does hear Misha saying that, but she thinks it's something else. And then when Misha comes in, Misha thinks it's something else. Misha
hmm
thinks Misha thinks Charles told Emma's character
about the
that
kiss
they
and about
about
that.
the kiss, so
hmm
she comes in defensive, which I get
Yeah,
it. Get your game off, girl.
that makes sense.
Next, and we can also do this for both movies. Gosling or Reynolds?
Gosling for the drama, Reynolds for Mickey 17.
Oh, instead of Pattinson for both,
Well, I
or
mean,
just
I thought
adding
that
them in?
that's what I was. I would say instead of Pattinson for both.
Okay.
Not that Pattinson's not like the perfect, but like if we're basing it off of that, then like for this, like right now, I'm basing it off of that. I
And
know
you
we
can
don't
do
have
either.
to
Yeah, you can do either. You can do putting them in a different spot in the movie or having them be the main character instead of the actual main character.
because this one's like hard to add them anywhere else other than main characters because they're so both of
Yes,
these movies are so main character focused.
they are. Denny Odby is a fucking bucket, by the way, Blake.
Even
Jesus
though
I'm
even
so
though
glad.
Louises.
I'm so glad. Dude. I've been screaming with my mic muted. I'm so glad, dude.
we're,
He's
we're like
even
just.
sitting here with
It's like a 27-4 run right now. It's
we're like
nuts.
locked in slightly on the plane while also doing a banger podcast for 2 hours. We're fucking different. What were you gonna
so
say,
even
you?
though
Sorry.
Ryan Reynolds as Timo would be hilarious. Like
Just drop it
just
in for a
Ryan
few
Reynolds
dickhead
getting to be a
lines.
dick.
Hmm. That's a good point. That is a great point.
Because I could
Yeah, and
definitely
he's
see
like the
Ryan Reynolds wanting macaroons over
and Ryan
hamburgers.
Reynolds is also like the perfect like
Ryan
guy you
Reynolds
could just
wanting
throw in.
macaroons.
He's also like
Yes.
kind of like the perfect cameo guy. So like he's perfect for like small scenes just to be a dick.
That's a good point. I drew up my slinky.
Also, I don't know. I'm a obviously a Gosling truther. I don't know if he could take Robert Pattinson's spot in the drama.
A
I
Gosling
think he could.
truther.
I think
Dude,
he
Gosling was
easily
in the
could.
Notebook, bro.
I
Yeah, like
know that's
that's
true.
Gosling's like main
Gosling was
thing
in
where
Crazy Stupid Love or whatever the fuck it's called.
Hey, that I know he was. You're telling me. Yeah, but that's a different role. And that one, he's like a douchebag hottie that gets all the women. And this,
Yeah.
he's has to deal with his girlfriend planning a school shooting.
I didn't know Blake was a Crazy Stupid Love enthusiast.
I love that movie. That movie is hilarious.
he said that when we talked about Project Hail
Yeah.
Mary.
That is true. That is true. That is true. You got me. Uh Gosling could do the Pattinson part in the drama,
It's like I think he 100%
but
could.
Pattinson's probably better at it. Pattinson's
Yeah.
probably better at being that like unhinged.
Yeah.
He's
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
definitely better at playing like the edgy like is he actually like a good guy or is he actually like a terrible person role?
Correct, yes. Correct. In the draw in Mickey 17, I don't know. Pattinson's so good at
Yeah.
this. I don't know if I don't even know like it just yeah, I can't think of them for
No,
that
I
movie at
wouldn't.
all.
I think it. Yeah.
All right. Uh Blake technically, for reasons, cannot give a letterbox review for this yet. Let's go. Ethan, did you watch this with Bailey?
No, this was me alone.
Just
I
by
watched
you,
this
okay?
one alone. Yep.
I think
Let's
because
go.
I think we should do. I think we should. If you watch a movie with Bailey, we should get a Bailey review as well for these.
Dim.
You know, as
That would
well as a
work.
Blake letterbox review. So okay, yep, there we. All right. Our own rating. Oh yeah. How did we want to do our own rating scale? Did we have a way of doing this? Just like a stars.
Dude, yeah, I mean, we can just do stars. I don't know, Blake. You got any ideas?
Yeah,
Just
do you have anything
stars out of
creative?
5. I mean, if you want, if you want something like more creative, I mean, we could come up with something, not like right on the spot, obviously, but we can come
Yeah,
up with something for
maybe
our own
that.
rating
Yeah,
scale.
maybe we should come up
We can
with something more
brainstorm.
creative. I both of these movies I thought were good. The drama, both two movies I like. I wouldn't want to. Mickey 17 didn't drive me enough to be like I want. It's a super rewatchable. The drama, I don't think I would want to rewatch it just because I don't want to feel that uncomfortable for an hour or for 2 hours again. You know,
It's fair.
but it's still great stuff. I think the drama was better. Mickey 17 was just kind of a good movie. Mickey 17 movie MVP.
Pattinson. I mean, Mickey 18.
Mickey 18. There you go.
Mickey
Blake.
18. I mean, he is 100% the MVP of that movie.
That
Yeah,
is a
I
good,
mean,
the real
clearly,
MVP. Yes, yeah, that's a good point.
yeah. For the drama we did yeah, it would have to be Robert Pattinson for Mickey 17. I'm so glad you guys didn't say Mark Ruffalo. There it is.
I
There
actually
it
think
is.
it is Ruffalo. I think he's amazing. I think I understand. I understand like why you wouldn't like him. I think he's overacting to a degree. I think his character is incredible. It's
The whole
so
point, though, is for him to overact.
I know. I think Ruffalo kills it in this. Pattinson as well does an amazing job, but I don't know. Mark Ruffalo, you always will have my heart. But also so will Robert Pattinson. All right, we are in under 2 hours, boys. I gotta say,
Woo.
my favorite one we've done so far.
I want to have a lot more debate and a lot more like levity to it. It felt like almost
Yeah, I thought
just
the
because
discussions had more poignance to it. A lot of
that's
raw
probably just
reaction.
yeah. I mean, we all basically just saw the movie. I've had more time to sit with it, I guess, but like, yeah, I don't know. That the drama is just a weird one to me, and I'll stand by it. I think everything about the movie except for the actual like theme and like plot of the movie is really good. And like the acting, the cinematography, all of that, amazing. Great movie if you're not talking about the plot.
Yeah, all of these horrendous people. I can only imagine how crazy it would have got if we actually would have gone in depth with the categories for the drama. But I think we just did it good as a discussion piece. In general, just great stuff, gentlemen. I guess I'm next to pick a movie for if next week or the week after, whenever we end up doing one.
Yeah.
God, I gotta get on my horse now. So there we go. We'll figure that out. It'll either be next week or the week after. Blake, you tell me what's the next in theater movie we're doing?
Un momento, por favor.
Mario
your
Super
list.
Galaxy.
You know what's funny?
I'm seeing
Ethan,
that Saturday.
we're watching we're watching the trailers when we're there, and Blake's got his phone out, and I swear in my mind, I'm like, are you jotting down? Are you
All those movies I
down
already have on my list. I already had on my list, so I didn't really need
all-
to. Let's see.
I wouldn't
here.
see it because it's not my type of genre. But the Mummy, the idea of the Mummy.
I would say the Mummy comes
Mum-
out literally this
The
week.
Mummy looks good.
Literally
I
comes
mean,
out this week.
there's also Michael.
Michael. Oh yeah, They were
From
selling
Michael
like
Jackson.
Michael Jackson hats at the
Hey,
rave.
I
Hey.
mean,
can I also say The Devil Wears Prada 2?
I never seen the first one. That's on me though.
the
That's crazy.
next movie outside of The Mummy that I'm seeing in theaters is going to be Mando and Grogu at the end of May.
Oh, the Mandalorian movie.
Yeah. June and July is where it really picks up. Like June, you
Yeah,
have
that's fair.
Disclosure Day.
Do we want to?
Masters of the
Do we want to
Universe.
go? Do we want to go and see a terrible movie that comes out pretty soon that we all know is probably going to be terrible because they're all terrible? But well,
What do you got?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know what movie we're gonna do next. Obviously, we're still holding off superhero stuff. We got the Odyssey.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer.
End of July is just gonna be nuts because it's gonna be Odyssey preview, Odyssey review, Spider-Man preview, Spider-Man review in literally 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So thank God it's the summer and there's no like actual stuff going on other than that. So July we just might drop 15 podcasts. Honestly,
We might have to, man.
So yeah, for now we are golden. Thank you for hanging out with us. We will be back next week or the week after. Not too sure yet. I would assume next week. It just depends on how life works. I'm hopefully going to be done painting my home by Thursday. So the new house I'm moving into. So won't have to worry about that. I'll have more time for life and such. Thank you all for hanging out with us. This was a blast. This is my favorite one we've done so far. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. For Ethan, for Blake, without the camera. Great film or great picture.
Deuces. I'm gonna get a camera. I
See ya.
Great
swear.
picture though. It's a great picture. Honestly, when we finally do one in person, too. By the way, we should have him wear like a
face
mask.
cam.
I'm just gonna wear a mask. I'm not
A
gonna
face
wear.
reveal.
We should have him wear a mask. Yeah, have like a Rey Mysterio
Thanos.
mask on.
You got to get the Thanos
Hopefully, our
mask.
first one is a Marvel one in person, and I'll just wear like a Spider-Man mask.
I am getting the big mixer next week, so if we wanted to do one in person, we could do one in person soon. So just a thought. I don't know what the movie would be, but maybe I can think of something. Maybe I can conjure something up. Gentlemen, namaste. You were great. I'm so proud of all of us.
Oh,
Click like if you like the video. Click subscribe if you really like it. Tell all your friends. We'll see you guys next time. For Blake and Ethan, I am Joe. This has been the Real Ignorance Podcast. I'll think of a creative exit for this one day. We're out, y'all. Peace.